Today, we're talking about how to find students using just really one tool, and that is Facebook. It's interesting because we were just having this conversation inside of our lovely clubhouse. We have a group. It's called Tutor Talk, and it was one of our topics. And as we were chatting about it, I'm like, holy cow, there are a plethora of ways to be able to get online tutoring students using just one tool, Facebook. Now, I know that Facebook has been going through some changes recently, and some people like those changes. Some people don't like those changes. Regardless of how you feel, it is still a great way to be able to get students. So today we're going to be talking about all of the different ways that you can get students, and who knows, we may even discover some more. Who knows? So if you have been able to use Facebook to be able to get students, have you been able to use any strategies that have worked? What have worked for you? Tell me in the chat. I want to be able to hear so that we can all learn and grow from each other. And I think that's a wonderful thing about this is one of the ways that you can get students is by networking with other tutors, right? And so we have an amazing community. It's called the Ultimate Support Group for Online Tutors. If you haven't joined us on over there, definitely join us. You'll be asked a couple of questions. We are looking for people that do have the intention of wanting to be a tutor and want to learn how to be able to get students, want to learn how to run their business better. We are there specifically to support those people that want to be able to join. So definitely join us inside of there. And if you like content like this and you are visiting me on the YouTube page, then subscribe. Hit that like of this video, subscribe so that you can get informed when I have other content that is going to be useful for you as an online tutor. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. So one of the easiest things to do when you first get started with Facebook is create a profile page, right? Like this, like if you already have a profile page, you definitely want to set that up, okay? I know a lot of people don't like to use their profile page for business. And it's just a starter, right? So the very first thing you want to do is make sure that you have a professional headshot. This will be a headshot that you use everywhere. It will help people to be able to identify who you are. Some people like to use a logo. Do not use a logo on social media. Social media is about being social. It's about people communicating with people versus it looking like big businesses communicating with people, right? So you definitely want to have a professional headshot. They don't cost a lot. And if you have even a friend that could take a picture for you with good lighting, that can even work as well. Do your makeup if you're a female, even if you're a male, if you want to do your makeup, you can do that too. Get your hair done, make yourself just look as presentable as you possibly can. Some people like to go outside in the fresh air and have the sunshine, the sunlight. If you're going to use sun as your lighting, you'll want to go either early in the morning when the sun is low or late in the evening, again, when the sun is low. You don't want to go when it's like beating straight down. You're going to have lots of shadows, and you want to use the sun as your lighting if you're going to do an outside photo, okay? And that'll give you a little bit more professional presence with your social media. So definitely set that up and put a link in there of like what your website is. Like when you describe who you are, like put a link there of where's your website. People that already know, like, and trust you are going to be the first ones who are going to want to hire you. It's okay to put a post on there about what you're up to these days, right? So letting people know that you are just getting started with your online tutoring business, or maybe, once in a while saying, hey, I have a couple of spots open for tutoring over the summer. Let me know if you're interested. Those kinds of posts will work with your social media. Another thing that you can do is, let's say that you're creating your website. Get feedback from people. Okay, so just say like, hey, I just created my website for my online tutoring business, and I would love for you guys to, give some ideas on what you think about it. So this is just on your profile page, right? And while people are looking for ways to critique your website, don't get so hung up on that. They might offer some good suggestions that you can put into place with your website, but they're also checking out your website. Okay, so you may have some people that are wanting to take advantage of that. when I do the reading interventionist course, I have people try to find a student that they can work with right away, that they can do an assessment with, to get that practice of doing an assessment. So some people will actually put on there, hey, you guys, I just joined a class where I'm going to be diving deep on how to teach reading online effectively. And I have to have a student to work with to be able to give a free assessment. Would you be interested in finding out where your child is at in reading? I had a client, another tutor, who ended up getting like 3 to 5 students using this strategy. She went through the entire assessment phase with them, and then she was able to say, yeah, like they do need tutoring. Are you interested in continuing to, work with me to get tutoring? And they said yes. So it is a great strategy to be able to utilize. Another thing that you can do is you can create a Facebook business page. Your Facebook business page now is a place that you can invite people to like your page. They can leave reviews of it. I even have a video. I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see what my Facebook page looks like. And I don't utilize Facebook a ton anymore. However, again, like, these are reviews. So I created a video, and you're able to put a video right here. And I have the reviews of my clients, and it just goes through that video of the different reviews that my parents have left over the years. And there's also this spot where they can actually leave a review. So if you click right here, you can actually have your clients leave a review. So they can check out reviews and they can leave a review. And this is really, really helpful for, other people as they start checking you out. They want to know, did other people have a good experience being able to work with you? And that can work really, really well. And again, these are people now that are interested in your services, right? Like people. Now you can start doing a lot more communicating inside of your Facebook business page. But really I think the best thing that you can really do is really participate in the groups. Whether you start your own group or you find groups that you can join. So, if you come on over here, you can actually think about your students, like your ideal students. Let's say that you have students that have dyscalculia. Well, you can go to dyscalculia and see what is out there. Is there a dyscalculia support group? Take a look and see. This one has 3,000 members. It says the dyslexia support group is here to focus on learning disabilities. This could potentially be a good group. You just have to do your research and be able to see what is going to help. This one has dyscalculia and dyslexia. And if you click on it, it'll give you more information about the specific group. So here it says dyscalculia, math learning difficulty, and dyslexia reading difficulty group for parents and educators. I feel like this is a group that's welcoming to other educators like us. Now, when you are looking to see if you can add value to the group, you can type in certain words inside of the search to see if people are searching for certain things. So if you click on the search, let's say you want to learning math. Let's just say, okay, so I type in learning math. Who has talked about inside of here learning math? Okay, this person has a math workbook, learning place value using Duplo blocks, seeing signs of learning and thinking difference. Are you noticing that something's going on with your child? This person has a post. So it's not really any questions that people are asking, but that's what I would be looking for. Like, are they asking any questions specifically that I can answer? And what makes this really helpful is then I can, when somebody has that question, I can respond to their questions in any way that I want to. Let's say that I want to write a blog post that's going to go into more detail on how I can specifically help them. Or maybe I want to create a video about that specifically. Then I can put the video, like link the video there. I can't upload the video to the person's response It could be another one, and then I tag the person and tell them why I'm sharing this video. So Clara asked about how am I able to teach a kid who has dyscalculia? And so I created this video to really hone in on 3 things that are most important to do when trying to help a child with dyscalculia, right? So now that person that asked the question, you're tagging them and they're able to see the video response. Or you can add a link to a video. Always describe why you're putting a link in there. So people think it's spam if you just put a link. Like you just like throw a video up and then expect people to figure out and connect the dots as to why you put that link there. They won't, and they will see it as spam and they will call you out. So don't do that. You don't want to just take a video you've created and like put it absolutely everywhere you possibly can, even if it doesn't matter to the people that are doing it. So yes, solving, students' problems is going to be, highly recommended, like Gumid Hamdi mentioned. Absolutely. And being able to share that content is going to be really, really helpful for everybody who is involved. So you can also think about, okay, where else are they hanging out? A lot of the homeschool groups, they really just want people who are homeschool, people. But like, let's say I want to help kids with ADHD and learning. This is ADHD and self-directed learning. We've got ADHD parent support, physicians with ADHD, dyslexia, and other learning differences. This is, and it tells us like who this like group is for. Like this is specifically for physicians, residents, and medical students with unique learning needs. And so that may cancel you out right away. So don't join that group, right? Parent support for online learning. Oh, that could be a great one, right? That could be a really great group to be able to join for a lot of us because we're already specialists in online learning. ADHD Essentials community helps you develop the skills and knowledge needed. This one specifically, parents of girls with ADD or ADHD. Moms with ADHD, ADD kids. So here it's a group for moms, right? So if you don't have ADHD, not going to be, really be respectful of what people are looking for. Let's say I decide, I really want to join, like this right here, the ADHD and self-directed learning group. So I just click on it. And it says here that you need to answer all the membership questions. Be respectful of that. Answer the questions, because if you don't answer the questions, they may deny your access into being into the group. Then it says, please put a check mark or respond to the group rules. What this group is all about. This group is ideal for families of learners with ADHD who are interested in homeschooling or already homeschooling with a strong emphasis on individualized and self-instructed learner. Join discussions about individualized and self-directed learner autonomy. It says, please feel free to discuss how we can support our children so they can develop skills, ask questions. And then here, if I go to click to join groups, it says, here are the groups. Homeschooling. For this group, homeschooling is not schooling at home, not included in scope of discussions. Individualized and self-directed learning. The focus of discussions are about individualized and self-directed learning. Be kind and curious. No hate speech or bullying, and it tells us what that means. No promotions or spam, okay? So this doesn't mean that you go into the group and you start saying, hey, you guys, I have a student open, I have one spot open to be able to take an online tutoring student. No, that's called spam. And you really want to respect the group rules for that. So you join the group and they're going to ask you a set of questions. Always join as your profile versus your business page. I know a lot of you guys really want to, keep your business and your personal, but these people are looking to connect with people, especially in groups. They are not looking to, when you put your business page there as who you're communicating as, it takes the personalization of you out of it. So definitely join the group this way. Join group. And here, this one didn't have, okay, this one has, which learner type best fits your homeschool model for you? ADHD learner. Okay, so I take a look at this. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not somebody who's going to be homeschooling my own kids. This isn't going to be the best group for me. I exit, and I'm done. Exit without answering. I can even cancel a request. Move on to a different group, right? Find those groups that really fit the needs of your ideal client and where they're going to be. Another great thing is to be able to use buy-sell trade groups. So buy-sell trade, there's lots of different buy-sell trade groups that you can join. Buy-sell trade. Like here, it says like Sussex, Wisconsin, buy-sell trade. So I could join these different buy-sell trade groups and I can then promote to them. So you can actually join, like you can submit to join several different groups. You don't have to just think about like just joining like one buy-sell trade group. Think about like 100 different buy-sell trade groups. See how many, maybe submit to 200 and see if you can get admitted into like 100. And then what you can do is you're going to create a ad. That ad is going to be like an image that has your picture on it, really specifying who you help. And then in the post, you can describe a little bit more information. And then you post it to all of those buy-sell trade groups at the same time. This has worked for a lot of people. And the people that add their photo on there along with a message that really emphasizes what the child would be struggling with is going to be helpful, okay? Or the adult is struggling with, depending on who it is that you are working with and tutoring. So if the person that right now, they want to be able to use the summer to be able to close the gap, that's something that you could do, right? Like, hey, are you looking to help your child get better at reading over the summer? Let's make reading easy. Stop the tears during the school year and, help your child become more, I would say, more confident, right? Increase your child's reading confidence this summer. And in the description, you could put currently taking 3 students to do a free assessment to see if online tutoring could be a good fit. Something simple that could get you people that are interested. Yes, and yeah, Elizabeth put that she is in about 75 plus buy-sell trade groups, almost 100, she thinks, and that's a good number. It's not like you're going to get from any of these strategies a flood of students, okay? Each of these strategies is going to get you a couple students, maybe here and there, okay? So don't worry about like, oh my gosh, if I put my ad in like 100 of these different buy-sell trade groups, I'm going to have so many people, I'm not going to be able to handle it. No, that's not going to happen. You're going to have a couple of students that might come through, But at the same time, let's say that you charge, $50 an hour. And you work with a kid one day a week. That's $200 a month, and they work with you for 3 months. That's $600 from one strategy. That's pretty good, right? If you get 2 students, that's $1,200 you make then from that one strategy. And you didn't have to invest your money in Facebook ads or Google ads. Now, Facebook ads, they can work. A couple of people have been able to get some Facebook ads to work at times. Facebook ads changes their algorithm all the time. And so you got to stay on top of what's working, what's not working. I don't play with Facebook ads right now just because I have enough students that are coming on in. I feel like when you do play with Facebook ads, you get a lot of people, they've never heard of you before. And so they're cold leads. So imagine now calling somebody up on the phone, they've never heard of you, and now you're asking them to move forward with, tutoring services, right? You might have people who are clicking on your ad that don't have kids, and you pay every time they click. So it can get really frustrating when you see that, okay, so people are clicking, I'm paying, but it's not even leading into a lead. And it can get really frustrating extremely fast. So even if you are, segmenting it by where people, by the type of people, the age group, that you're only, focusing on parents, that you're only focusing on certain things, you can't narrow it down specific enough sometimes to kind of rule out some of those other people that might be clicking. You might also have other tutors that are clicking on your ad just to see what it is that you did and created. And so they never even had the intention of being able, really wanting to work with you. They're just clicking on your ad just to see, oh, how did they go about doing this? Right. And so it's kind of like the blind leading the blind then at the same time, because they don't know if what you're doing is working. And then you find out, okay, I didn't have anybody who clicked on my stuff. So be very, very careful with Facebook ads if that's a strategy that you do want to try. The next one is live streaming. You're seeing me do it right now, right? Some of you are seeing me live stream right inside of the Ultimate Support Group. So I've created my own group, which is another strategy. You can create your own group. Nobody can tell you you can't join that group. Right? So you could start off by saying like, let's say you wanted to start a homeschooling group for parents of kids with dyscalculia. You totally can. You could start your own group and start telling people that you have this group, that you are here to support them. They're going to ask you questions. You're going to be able to create content based off the questions that they are asking you. They are going to begin to develop trust and relationships with you. And it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Using keywords is going to be critical when you're trying to find a good name. So I actually played with 3 to 5 different names of a group before I landed on the Ultimate Support Group for online tutors. I tried to get fancy with my name. Nobody found me unless I pointed them to my group. So if you are using a specific keyword that people are typing into Facebook, then people have that opportunity to find your group, because it will show groups, very first thing, like groups will come on up for the thing that they're typing in. So you definitely want to use a keyword when you're thinking about it. And support groups are one of the number one things that people are looking for when they join a group. So, homeschooling support group for parents that fill in the blank, or parents who have kids struggling with support group for kids with math disabilities, support group for kids with reading disabilities. Think about what are the words that they would be typing on in, and this will help. And that will help you be able to then have a group where people are finding your group organically, and you're also then spreading the word about your group. You notice at the beginning here of this live stream, I had mentioned, because this is, I see you guys in YouTube, we have people inside of Facebook. And so I'm mentioning this in both places, right? And telling people like, hey, join this group, be a part of it, be a part of the community. So I'm sharing the message about people joining the group. When you're live streaming, you can ask people to join the group. You can live stream in just about any place. So you can live stream on your business page. You could live stream on your profile page. You can live stream inside of a group. The only problem is, if you wanted to live stream in all of those places on Facebook, you have to get certain extensions added on. So I use a tool called Restream, and I'm able to stream right on into both YouTube and inside of Facebook, my Ultimate Support Group for online tutors. However, if I want to go to 2 places on Facebook, Restream wants me to increase the amount that I pay each month. And if I add 3 on there, then it needs me to increase again. So I just choose one place, what is going to be the place where I'm going to get the most bang for my buck if I am to specifically live stream in Facebook. So for me, because my group has 10,000 people, that is the place that I live stream. If I had, 3,000 contacts on my profile page, and that seems to be the place where I have the most people, I would just go live on my profile page. And so you just have to think about like where are you going to live stream if you're going to do that. But live stream is very, very useful. I use Restream. StreamYard is very good. I used Restream because the person who is helping me with the tech side of live streaming suggested going with Restream, and I just went with his suggestion. So I've seen people use StreamYard. It's fantastic. I use Restream though with OBS so that I can do that. I am in those multiple places at one time, and I can also do some other cool things inside of there as well, like my intro where I have the 5-minute countdown and that kind of stuff. It's really easy to add in there. And I didn't have to really teach myself too much with it. And I'm not sure. I think StreamYard is pretty simple to utilize as well. So feel free to check them both out and see which is going to be best. See if they have a free trial. Trial them both out and then see what's going to be the best fit for you. What do you like? What features do you like? I know a lot of people love the features inside of StreamYard because other people's comments can come up onto the screen and they can do those kinds of things. And that does make it a really cool tool to be able to utilize. So definitely check them both out and see what's going to be the best fit for you. But those are some of the strategies that you guys can be utilizing to be able to get online tutoring students, let people know inside of your Facebook profile, have people search out, like ask them to give you feedback on your website, those kinds of things. Create that Facebook business page, utilize buy-sell trade groups, live streaming, videos. These are all great resources and tools. They keep people in Facebook longer. So Facebook usually likes those kinds of things because they keep people in longer. Join groups where your ideal students are, and be helpful when you go into Facebook. Go there with a servant's heart. Right? Go in there to be like, how can I help people versus how can I spam people with my message that I have, all these spots. But if people ask questions, answer those questions, create content around those questions. And that's really going to help you to be seen as an expert in your field, build trust, and have more people contacting you to be able to work with their child. Hopefully this helps as you guys think about different ways that you can use Facebook to be able to get students. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm so excited that you were able to be here and share your thoughts and ideas as well. And I will see you guys on Thursday. We're going to be talking about, I have a really awesome guest coming. Her name is Elaine Lingard, and she has started adding tutors into her tutoring business so that she can add some additional income to her revenue stream. So definitely come and check it out. Let's see what she's been doing inside of her business and what have been the results of what she's done, because that's awesome that she's expanding in this way. Very, very cool. It's the easiest way for tutors to make money is to be able to add other tutors into the mix and be able to sell those services, because you already know how to sell your tutoring services for the most part. Once you get to that point where you've got so many people that are, coming to you for tutoring services and you don't have any more spaces open, it is time to add those extra tutors. So let's learn from the best, and I can't wait to see you. So that'll be at 11:30 a.m. on Thursday Central Time. Thanks, you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I will see all of you soon. Bye, everyone.